comparison?
Yeah, we plan to do something like that. We just haven't had time since the dust is just settling on this. What we do have right now in the document, when you go through the policies, is it does identify which policies were in the working draft. So when you look, you'll see a notation at the end of policies that were in the working draft, so you can see where they came from. If it doesn't have a notation, that means it is something new that came up since the working draft. So that at least is a start. But we will go through and do a track so you can see where policy 17 in the current general plan is now policy 18 in the updated plan.
Okay. And Loretta Ellard?
Good afternoon. I'm Loretta Ellard with the Mendocino Council of Governments, and my comments refer to Section 6 on the community policies. And some of you may know, especially Supervisor Colfax and Supervisor Pinches on the MCOG board, we have funded, at the request of several communities, community action plans. We've made a few presentations to your board over the last couple of years on a Laytonville plan and a Gualala plan, and we have a Point Arena plan pending. These communities come to the MCOG board and ask us to sponsor grant applications, and we've done that pretty successfully. And the basic point I'm trying to make is that these community plans, while they don't have the weight of a UVAP type plan, do you think it might be appropriate to reference in Section 6 in the introduction that there are these community action plans available? They're not policies, but they are community concepts, and we want people that are looking at the general plan, looking at this section, to know that these community plans exist. Thank you.
From the chair, that's a very good suggestion, Ms. Ellard, and I believe staff's noted that, and make a point of it.
Judy Pruden, I need to ask for a clarification from staff and your consultant. Sections 7, 8, and 9 are not in this current draft. They are the area plans, as I understand it, according to the index. And looking at the calendar, I'm going to make an assumption, but I'd like a confirmation that, in fact, these area plans with their EIRs will be following the same calendar. So when we're at the end of this process, we'll all arrive with a full document. Is that correct?
The timelines are not totally parallel, or they're parallel, but they're not totally synchronized. And so the general plan update will be completed. The UVAP is about 3 months after that. So what will be adopted here will be blank. It'll have a section, but no section in it. And so under those circumstances, what's in the current general plan for the UVAP area what's currently in the general plan for UVAP would be what is still there. When the UVAP goes through its review process and is adopted, then it will be incorporated into the general plan.
Okay, because it was my understanding that the area plans would then become, as it were, a chapter to the larger document, the general plan. So that's all right. I think it's really important. I'm hoping the newspaper, and if not, I'm hoping that the administrator's office will start furnishing to the paper some timelines and explanations so people can begin to track this. It's become virtually Byzantine to try and follow through on government timelines and that, and it gets very difficult. And finally, I want to thank Jim for bringing the conversation back to the more general. John, I know you have concerns, but this isn't probably the time to be cherry picking personal situations. I came, this is my first chance to look at the draft. I came as a workshop. I didn't anticipate to see a vote coming up other than direction to staff and policy. So I'm glad you saw the larger picture, because with the extension of 3 more weeks, it'll give much more opportunity. This last month has not been normal, and none of us have been quite with it. I found Jim out looking at his dead trees in his yard the other day picking dahlias. He was pretty much deflated by the fires a couple of weeks ago, as we all are. So I appreciate the extra time, and maybe we can start picking up our energy and getting back into a little more planning. So thank you.
Thank you. Other members of the public, please step forward.
Eugenia Herr. Going back to the Anderson Valley section or the community-specific sections and the discussion we just had about the fact that they were developed with the input from the community and the Planning Commission and the Board of Supervisors, I have a specific point to raise on that issue. In the October 16th staff report on that matter, the consultant states that in confirmation of conversations with the Planning Commission meeting of May 3rd, policies specifically mentioning wine and tourism will be removed from the Anderson Valley section of the general plan. The community debate that we had emphasized the desire of the community to retain Anderson Valley as a rural agrarian community and as a diverse farming community and timber. And to that end, after hearing from the community, the Planning Commission passed that instruction to the consultant, who confirmed that that would be done. However, the resulting policies that came out of the final edition still contain policy CP-AV7, continue to promote agribusiness through wine production and sales as a key tourist draw to Anderson Valley. Policy CP-AV9, support Anderson Valley agriculturists and the tourism section in developing a plan to unify and enhance efforts to expand the Anderson Valley economy. And action item CP-AV9.1, consider establishment of a Mendocino County Visitors Center in the Valley. Policy CP-AV10, accommodate tourism through the establishment and expansion of commercial uses suitable to meet the needs of residents and visitors. The discussions that have gone forward in the Valley have, to my knowledge, never referenced a specific tourist visitors center in Anderson Valley. What we've stated over and over again is there's a big need for a community center in Anderson Valley. And a community center could serve the needs of the community for gathering place, recreation, expositions, a swimming pool, but not that this should be a tourist center. It should be a community center. Similarly, the Anderson Valley, as you all know, has had vastly changing types of agriculture throughout the years. This is a 20-year plan. The desire of most of the people who've been speaking to us as we prepared the alternative plan has been that we emphasize diverse agriculture and not one element of agriculture over another, but that we retain facilities that will enable the processing of all types of agriculture and the display and further the sales of all types of agriculture in Anderson Valley. So I don't know how we got to this point where, despite the direction of the Planning Commission, these are still as items in the plan. You know,